That first year when we got into Kroger, we sold $157,000. That was our revenue. Then the next year we did 1.3 million. The next year we did 3.4 million. The next year we did 8. The next year we did 16.8.
Lucie, the name means light. The majority of our team has worked in newsrooms throughout the country. We've seen the negatives. At Lucie, we explore the positives. And through this video series, we spotlight them. People, places, businesses, nonprofits, you name it. Storytelling is at the heart of our company, and we know sharing a story makes connections. It's simple, short, informative, and empowering. Take 10 minutes and let's go. Hey everybody, Craig Lucie here, and thanks so much for tuning in to our Lucie Spotlight Series, where we shine a light on people doing amazing things. Today we are focusing on BIOLYTE, the IV in a bottle, and joining me right here, Jesslyn Rollins, the CEO. First off, congrats on the success of this. It is simply amazing.
Thank you so much. We're very proud of it.
So before we jump into everything BIOLYTE, tell us a little bit about yourself. You went to Lovett, you had a little stint at College of Charleston, UGA, and then what?
So right after I graduated from UGA in 2015, I got a job as a recruiter. Immediately out of college, I was cold calling for sales positions, marketing positions, pretty much you name it. And I was probably calling about 100 people per week.
Wow. And
really diving into LinkedIn, how that worked. Had no idea that that would pay dividends in the future.
Absolutely.
So that was great. And then right after that, I went back to my theater roots, and I was a professional actress in Oklahoma. I was Ado Annie in Oklahoma.
Wow.
And then started working at the Laughing Skull Comedy Lounge, selling tickets. So I thought I would try my hand at stand-up comedy. In 20 minutes, probably less, I figured out that I was horrendous at it.
It's not, I can't imagine, it's not easy.
We're talking zero raw talent. And so I just was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna be a better suited person for customer service. And so that's what I went into. And then right around that time, I was living at home, having a glass of wine with my dad, winding down in the evening. And that's when he told me that he had a secret he had to share with me, and that he had created this rehydration drink called BIOLYTE.
I know your family, and I remember years ago when this was first kind of coming online, tell the story about Dr. Rollins and the conversation that your sister Sarah actually had at one point too, like you're dealing with IVs a lot. Is there a way to put it in a bottle? And you know, if you go on their website and you read this, he's like, the light bulb kind of went off.
The light bulb definitely went off. So my oldest sister, Sarah, was the brain behind BIOLYTE. So what happened was that my mom was going through breast cancer, and she was so sick and so dehydrated to the point where she could not keep up with her chemotherapy treatments without getting IV bags beforehand. Dad did some research. There was nothing on the market. Used his experience tailoring his patients' IV bags, and looked at the benefits of sports drinks and oral rehydration solutions, combined all three of those to create the first ever IV in a bottle. So BIOLYTE is the first rehydration drink with as many electrolytes as an IV bag. Plus there's ingredients that help soothe symptoms of dehydration, all wrapped into one 16-ounce bottle.
What was the turning point for the business, and also you, do you think, with BIOLYTE?
You need a distributor, and you need to get it into retailers. We went into Kroger on the end caps in the coolers. So if you know anything about BIOLYTE, if it's cold, it's sold, because it tastes way better cold. So the fact that we had prime real estate and it was cold in these 300 locations, it just started to sell.
Getting into the beverage business, this is not an easy feat. What is that like for you when you go in and you see BIOLYTE now in all these gas stations, and how big has it become now?
If my family knew anything about the beverage industry and how competitive it is, I don't know if we would have ever gotten started. We knew pretty much nothing about the industry, and so there was only one way to go, which was up.
Ignorance is bliss, kind of.
Totally, 100%. So now what that landscape looks like is we are definitely more aware. We are the experts in not only the sports drink category, but this emerging branch of it called rapid rehydration. People are starting to notice us. It's a competitive environment, and you just have to, where BIOLYTE's not the biggest ship on the sea, we're definitely the most nimble, and we can weave in and out of those big ships and take opportunities that other people may overlook.
I love the earrings, by the way. The BIOLYTE earrings.
Thank you.
Check those out. Get a
appreciate
close up
it.
on those. I have more questions, but before we get into those questions, let's take a look at the warehouse. And this is a new space too, and it's huge.
It
So
is.
let's go over there, check it out, and then learn more about how it's made, where it's made, and the distribution process.
Perfect.
Let's do it. Here we are in the warehouse. This is unbelievable.
I know.
So, thousands of pallets, and we just did the math. You were just talking to an employee. 200,000 cases in here.
That's right.
I mean, what goes through your mind when you look at this?
The fact that we can have this much, I mean, it's just, I feel a lot of pride when I look out.
How do you get everybody excited day in and day out?
Every single day is going to be different.
Peaks and valleys.
Peaks and valleys. So one day, what's going to rally the troops? Like, hey, you've had an incredible month. You blew out expectations. It is very easy to keep, the ships afloat during those times. But how you keep everybody afloat during those valleys, it's giving everybody hope that what you are doing today, it might be hard, it might be challenging, going back to the whole level of profitability. That's not easy to do. We still have to live within the confines, but still compete with other companies that are better capitalized than our company. But it is how we rally the troops is really around how can we be our best selves. One of the, at quarterly, one of the things that I passed along to people was I have a very unique position as the CEO of this company of not only growing an incredible business, but growing incredible business people. Whether we have outside investment or whether we don't, we are still making decisions that are good for ourselves and good for the business because we push ourselves every single day to be better.
Looking around, berry is everywhere.
Yep.
You said that's number one, huh?
Number one flavor.
Something that I like to bring up when we do these is I think it's so important in work and everything that you do is to make sure that are you really living your purpose?
Two answers to that question. One is I feel like I didn't get all the gifts. God didn't give me all the gifts, but the ones that He did, improv, being a great communicator, being a leader, I freaking love this job and I love the company that I get to represent. Then you add on top of that the purpose of this product being that it's made to help people feel better at their lowest of valleys, that there is nothing more satisfying than that. I went to an event and there was a gentleman who was a lawyer that came up to me afterwards and he told me that his daughter went through some horrible, horrible cancer and she unfortunately passed away. And he goes, your product gave her such an incredible last couple of years and her quality of life was so much better. And I am so grateful that y'all came up with this. We're really doing something that is affecting people's lives in a huge way.
I don't think you can beat that. That's incredible. Well, Jesslyn, thank you so much. Congratulations on
Thank you.
success.
Thank you.
We cannot wait to see what's next for BIOLYTE.
Yeah!
And thank you all also for tuning in for this edition of our Lucie Spotlight Series where it is awesome to shine a light on BIOLYTE.
Thank
Congrats.
you. Thank you.
Our mission is simple: create your news. When we create it, we hope to spotlight your purpose. Life's too short to be stuck in a world that becomes stale. What is your purpose? Are you living it? If you're not, the time is now. Thanks for listening and watching. Carpe diem.